All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got a lot to unpack with this Tesla earnings call, because the biggest thing, probably one of the biggest thing that comes out of news for all of us Tesla buyers is that potentially you can get a $15,000 discount off of Tesla full self-driving, as long as you trade in or sell your vehicle that currently potentially could have full self-driving on top of that, and that could be amazing value. So we'll take a look at that, plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And shout out to my latest Patreon member. We've got Enu Jeep. Sorry if I messed it up. Enu Deep. Sorry if I messed it up. Down below in the description. Thank you for supporting. But let us get into this. So if you missed out on the Tesla earnings call, you didn't really miss much. I mean, a couple things I wanted to hear about was Cybertruck pricing, Cybertruck release date. I also wanted to hear about any sort of pricing predictions in the near future, but it doesn't seem like there was much to talk about. But he did, Elon specifically, or the team leaked some information about some new models that could be coming out, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But shout out to the Kilowatts. He highlighted this, that Tesla and Elon did come onto the call and say that for a one-time event in Q3 of this year, so essentially the next few months, if you sell or trade in your Tesla vehicle that has full self-driving, they'll probably give you a one-time full self-driving transferability. And so, of course, as you potentially know, that the current pricing of full self-driving is a full $15,000, and so you could be saving a ton of money if you trade in your vehicle that currently has full self-driving. Here's another post from Not a Tesla App. Elon, sure, you can transfer full self-driving to a new Tesla, but only in Q3. Quote, Tesla in Q4, check out our new redesigned Model 3, the best car ever. So you can for surely bet they're doing this for a reason, because they want to try and increase sales, because they probably have a ton of Model 3 inventory that's just sitting stale. Because even if we go to waitingfortesla.com, this is not a true inventory count. Even if we go to mattjung.net, it says 642 Model 3s available for sale across the country. Looking at the Model Y, there's 415. So they did say on the earnings call today that Tesla is one of the only manufacturers that is able to look at production numbers and order queue or order backlog and the same day, and they get a report that goes through that every single day. And so they did say if the economy keeps kind of going this way, prices might keep coming down with their pricing of their vehicle models. And so that's probably why Elon and the team decided they will allow a one-time event of transferring of full self-driving from if you have it from before. And so this kind of brings into an interesting case, right? Like, do you go out and buy a used Model 3 with full self-driving? Because the full self-driving in the secondhand market is definitely not valued at $15,000. If anything, it's valued at like what, $2,000? So there could be the case there. If you absolutely want full self-driving and you absolutely do not want to pay the $15,000, maybe even buy like a 2017 Model 3, 2018 Model 3 that has full self-driving, trade it in, and you might be able to get ahead of that either way. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff like that. You know, in terms of the timing of this, they probably want people to try and take advantage of this ASAP, and maybe they're more so thinking of people that are looking at the Model X and the Model S, because there's a lot of people that have bought Model S and Model X owners way back then. And so they're probably thinking, like, if we can get some of those people to transact at these higher prices, it might make a lot more sense at the end of the day. And they've already run promotions like this on the Model S and Model X, where they would get they would give you full self-driving anyway, so it's really not that much update or different, but it's definitely a surprising news that they're going to allow it on the Model 3 and the Model Y. And so here are the people that should be considering this, not, and of course, plus people that if you're looking to try and place some chess pieces, maybe buy a used Model 3 and trade it in as well. But quote, if shout out to the kilowatts again, if you have full self-driving purchase on a Tesla with hardware 2.0 or hardware 2.5, you should probably upgrade in Q3, and you should probably upgrade to a Model Y with hardware 4.0. Number two, hardware 3 and want a bigger car, you should probably upgrade in Q3. So he's specifically talking about people that want a Model Y, Model S, or Model X. Hardware 3 and want a smaller car, you should upgrade in Q3. So that's upgrading to a Model 3, and you can get hardware 3. And if you have significant damage, you should probably upgrade in Q3 as well. And so shout out to the Christopher Dungeon for posting this, because I'm not sure if it's going to work exactly like this, but that could be how this math could play out, because essentially it is a $15,000 discount if you trade in a vehicle that doesn't or has full self-driving right now. And so of course, if you stack that with the $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit, stack it with potentially a $15,000 full self-driving credit, stack that with state incentives. We've got Colorado $5,000, California $2,000, Maryland $3,000 state incentives, and the list goes on and on and on. So there's potentially plenty of incentives that could come out there that you can get on buying a Tesla. And don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code before you order your Tesla Model 3, Model Y, or S, or even X, you can get anywhere up from $500 to $1,000 plus 3 months of full self-driving or potentially loot box credits, so that you can go ahead and get all the maximum value. So the process there is go to the referral code down below in the description first, then head on over to waitingfortesla.com, find the inventory discounted vehicle that pops out to you, then go ahead and hit the reserve button, make sure you get the green check mark so that you know the referral code is linked up, and then you can go ahead and link down and purchase the vehicle. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it are. Do you have a Model 3 out there, or Model Y with full self-driving, or even a Model S or Model X with full self-driving? It seems like the take rate of people that actually pay that full self-driving dollar fee is a lot higher for the Model S and Model X, because if you think about it, like when you're buying a Model 3 or Model Y, because if you didn't know, the full self-driving price actually used to be $6,000 to $7,000 to maybe even $8,000 before it went all the way up to $15,000. So you can imagine more Model S and more Model X buyers are going to be plunking that money down for a full self-driving package. But Model 3, Model Y buyers, I mean, even when I bought the Model 3, it was $6,000 at the time. It was really a tough pill to swallow, and I don't really recommend it, because if you didn't know, there is actually a subscription plan for the full self-driving. You do not have to pay that huge upfront fee, and you can pay anywhere from $200 a month for full self-driving and $100 a month for enhanced autopilot. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And if you're looking for someone to ask some questions about buying a Tesla and how to get the best deal, you can chat with me on the Patreon app, send me a direct message, and even schedule a phone call with me where we can go through your exact situation and how to get the best possible deal, including all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Water break. If you're just joining in, welcome. We've got a giveaway running on the channel. So if you are interested in winning this set, sponsored by MAGBAK, they've got a rim case for your Model 3 or Model Y to protect your rims from curbage. You can actually, if you're interested in winning this giveaway, it kicked off last Friday and it's going for another week or two. Head on over to our community page on the channel. Scroll down about 4 to 5 posts to this post right here, and then where it gives you the exact instructions on how to enter in and win this rim case by MAGBAK for your Model 3 or Model Y, sponsored by MAGBAK. So thank you to MAGBAK for sponsoring this giveaway, and also a giveaway in the past month as well. So good luck to everybody, and thank you to everybody that's comes in here, watches, hits the like button, and everything like that. In this next topic, just a quick market update because interest rates seem to be up on the up and up. And so it's only a matter of time before Tesla could potentially raise their interest rate as well. They just raised it to 5.89%. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. But shout out to car dealership guy, quote, under discussed, but auto loan rates on new cars are still rising. Quote, we are set for a new multi-decade record high in July. 9.17%. If you take out a 50K auto loan today versus 18 months ago, you'll be on the hook for 7K more interest expense over the life of the 5-year loan. Definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We've been tracking interest rates for a while now, so shout out to Car Dealership Guy for highlighting that post. You can see across the nation what the different average interest rates are for certain vehicles, but in June it was 7.2% average across all the different states. But don't worry just yet because Tesla, if you go through Tesla financing, which can be recommended depending on your situation, it's at 5.89% still, but that just increased. And I predict that could keep going up to maybe even 5.99%, maybe even 6%. So try and lock it in, try and lock in a lower interest rate. And you can get the full list of all the best credit unions that you can lock in for 30 days down below in the Patreon link down below. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. Ming, thanks for coming in. Thank you for supporting. Nicholas, thanks for coming in. Ming, congrats on your order, and hopefully you can take delivery ASAP. If there's anybody out there that has just taken delivery, if you want some extra savings on Tesla accessories, definitely check out our Tesla accessory codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA, VIAN, Jawa, and MAGBAK. Nicholas picked up my Model Y this past Saturday and used a referral code. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you for the support. Still didn't get my 10K loot box credits though, but we'll fight for it. Thanks for all your help, Dennis. No, thank you, Nicholas. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for saying those kind words, and congrats to you on taking delivery of your Model Y, and enjoy it in a good health for sure. What else we got? In this next topic, so the earnings call just ended, and I wanted to hear as much as possible about the Cybertruck. I wanted to know pricing, I wanted to know delivery dates, but unfortunately we didn't get any of that. But we got some, some leading things. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Sorry about that. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt, quote, Tesla from the earnings call. We are now testing Cybertruck vehicles around the world for final certification and validation. This might be the most unique vehicle product in decades. With that comes trialing and testing new technologies. As far as we know, Cybertruck will be the first sub 19-foot truck that has 4 doors and a 6-foot bed. Both technology and architecturally, this vehicle will break a lot of boundaries, very much in line with how we think about vehicle engineering and manufacturing. Crazy statement. I mean, this is good. Tesla Cybertruck is in final testing for approval. Hopefully, they are still on track for a September delivery date, but it seems more and more likely that it's only going to be a select few amount of people, and they're going to release all the final details then and nothing out more. But we did get some new pictures of the Cybertruck, like this one. This lucky guy was able to drive it and test it out, but unfortunately, not much more than that. Here's another picture that was also released with Tesla. You can see it is able to drive through the mud, so it will survive. And you can see clearly on this one the huge windshield wiper in all its capacity that it really only covers like what, 70% of the full screen. So, and also it doesn't even do that good of a job on it. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff on it. It seems like Cybertruck is getting closer and closer. We are just at the tip of it. We saw this post earlier from Tesla where the first Cybertruck was actually produced from the Giga Texas factory. So it is getting much more exciting that it will potentially be able to come out. But we've talked about about the pricing predictions, and I certainly think that, I mean, fingers crossed, I still think it's going to be anywhere from $69,000 to $79,000, so that it still qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit. But a big part of me does feel like they're going to hit it out of the park and just try and charge like $100,000 up front for the first one. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is Patreon link for support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, seems like a bunch of you are asking questions, so thank you. We will certainly get to all the live stream questions. Let's just do one more topic, and then we'll get to all the live stream questions that you got, because this one is just a brief topic, just a little bit of a market update. And this next topic, another manufacturer, auto company, has now joined the ranks of joining Tesla supercharging, but this one is different. This one is special, and we'll talk about why it actually is. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. But shout out to Sorry Merritt. He posted this. Nissan has announced it will adopt Tesla's North American charging standard. So this brings into a long list of all these manufacturers that will be able to charge at Tesla superchargers with the functionality and everything. But the big thing here, and why this one is more important than all the other ones, not because Nissan builds great cars with their Aria and things like that, and they have plenty of EVs. I mean, they did have the Nissan Leaf first right off the bat in terms of all these other competition, but Nissan is the first, if you correct me if I'm wrong, they're the first Japanese manufacturer coming onto the plate and joining Tesla supercharging. I mean, also the Koreans, Hyundai, Kia, they also have not joined as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got Honda, Toyota, all these different big, Mazda, and even Subaru, all these big Japanese manufacturers that have not joined the plate yet. And so Nissan being the first one could be a sign of what is to come, because that might start a trickle effect that other Japanese manufacturers will join on top of that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff adding to the long list of all these companies and manufacturers joining the Tesla supercharger network. But I can't not help but think, Tesla superchargers are already kind of packed in certain areas, and this is only going to further it even more. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below is the Patreon link. Support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. All right, let's see. Philberto, thanks for coming in. Any news on Project Highland release date? That's a great question. We're going to talk about that next, right after we go through these live stream comments. Wong, do you think it's worth PPF or just fix the paint with the occasional paint kit? Great question. We actually made a video on that. And really, if you're going to keep the car for 4 to 5 years, then PPF could be worth it. But 100% that I think worth it is paint correction and ceramic. And we've got plenty of recommendations on that on the channel. Cristiano, 7,500 tax credit is only for if you buy cash. No, you can finance it and you can pay cash as well. Taos, what's the best incentives in Southern California? Taos, great question. We've made some videos on that. Definitely check it out on the channel. Ming, tax credit applies regardless of how you pay. Yes, almost correct, Ming, but if you lease it, then it does not apply to you as the individual. So financing and cash, it does apply, but leasing does not, which is another way of buying it. It does not apply. Wong, remember, you need 7,500 tax liability to get it all. Yes, Wong, you're completely correct, but just make sure you understand what tax liability actually means. And we've been meaning to make that an updated video on the channel, like tax credit explained. It seems like you guys like that. Every single month we talk about it, but there are plenty of videos on the channel where we do it every single month on the 7,500 tax credit explained. And yes, it's completely about tax liability, but it has everything to do with how much money you actually make as a W-2 single or married couple. It has nothing to do with your refund or anything like that. So just make sure you're clear on that. Paul, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hope you are doing well. And good evening to you as well. In this next topic, I know a lot of you are wanting to know about the Model 3 Highland that could potentially be coming out. We've been teased a bunch about it on this refresh Highland and all the different things. And now we've got just a little bit more information plus a spotting. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So shout out to Whole Mars Catalog on the most recent earnings call that just happened very recently. Quote, Elon said that Tesla expects to see a slight decrease in production, most likely Model 3 and Model Y, in Q3 due to upgrades to the factories. So you might be wondering, what upgrades are we talking about? Well, it must be because they are upgrading for the Model 3 Highland, and this is the latest spotting that seems like they're just slightly taking a little bit less and much less every single spotting, or less taken off of the wrapping on the car. So you can see this is is the latest spotting, and we've got a nice video to go compliment us with. You can see, I feel like there's more. I don't think I've seen the ticker being shown like that. This is that same Model 3 Highland that's been paraded around. And so the interesting thing here is, like, we think that this is supposed to come out in China first, but what if they start to release this later this year in the US at the same exact time, maybe even Cybertruck, or maybe it's a combination with this Cybertruck delivery event, and they say, hey, one more thing, and out comes the Model 3 Highland in its full glory, ready to parade and show off. I mean, that would be a more efficient event, I feel like, and it would do a lot of things with the headlines, because they know that the Cybertruck is not going to be any sort of volume ramp initially. It might take a little bit, but the Model 3 Highland is definitely going to be a volume ramp with a lot of production and deliveries. So let me know what your thoughts on it. I just thought of that theory right off the top of my head, but what if that Cybertruck event, that delivery event coming out soon, could be a Cybertruck plus Model 3 Highland event coming in the near future? And that could explain why we're seeing a lot of Model 3 Highlands and we're seeing a lot of Tesla Cybertruck spottings at the end of the day. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. If you're looking for someone to get the best deal and ask questions about how to get the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate, that's where you can chat with me at my Patreon link down below in the description. You can sign up and send me messages, send me DMs in the Patreon apps, and even schedule a call with me where we can go through your exact situation, your customized plan on how to get the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla with all the best credit unions, so you can use to get a better rate than Tesla financing to get the low monthly payments. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Water break. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. I know the subject and the thumbnail talks about a $15,000 discount. Well, big news out of the Tesla earnings call is that Tesla will allow a one-time transfer if you have full self-driving currently, and you'll be able to get a transfer of that full self-driving into your new vehicle. I guess it could be a Model 3, it could be a Model Y, or even X. But shout out to Christopher Dungeon. He highlighted that this could potentially be a $15,000 benefit. But of course, leave it to me or leave it to us to think about this. Like, what if you buy a used Model 3 currently that has full self-driving, because the full self-driving package is not valued at all for what it's worth on the at least $15,000. So you can essentially get it for what, $2,000 to $3,000 more than another Model 3, a used one. Then trade it in and you could still come ahead on that. But let me know what your thoughts on it. I mean, it could potentially be a nice move, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to go through those steps. And now maybe Model 3 or older Model 3 like 2018, 2019s will have a higher valuation because people know that they can buy it and then trade it in and get the full $15,000 package on the Model 3, Model Y, S, or even X for full self-driving. But if you're looking for a discount, definitely check out our Tesla referral code down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code, you can get anywhere from $500 to $1,000 off when purchasing a Tesla. So definitely check out Tesla referral code down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and in the future. And on top of that, we've got Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description as well. If you're interested in ordering, getting a discount on some Tesla accessories, you got 3D Mats USA, Vion, Jawa, and MAGBAK. And on top of that, we've got a giveaway running on the channel. If you're interested in winning this rim case by MAGBAK for your Model 3 or Model Y, this giveaway kicked off last Friday and it's running for at least another week and a half. So if you're interested in winning this rim case protector for your Model Y, definitely check out our YouTube community page on the channel, on the YouTube channel. And that's where you can go into the community page and find this post right here, which gives you the exact instructions on how to enter into the giveaway. And so good luck to everybody that's entered in. And on top of that, if you're interested in finding out what's in this Tesla black box and potentially winning it, because we're going to unbox it on this Friday, so 2 days from now, we're going to unbox this Tesla black box, and Yeah, we're going to unbox this Tesla black box and give it away. We're going to kick off another giveaway. So if you're interested in finding out what's inside this and potentially winning it, definitely hit that subscribe, because this Friday we're going to be kicking off another giveaway on the channel. So hopefully we can do like 2 to 3 giveaways this month. So definitely hit that subscribe, because that's going to be the first criteria to enter into the giveaway. Paul, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Hope you're well. Kalia, any news on the Model Y? No news. I think it's going to be the same. My prediction on that has always been like the Model Y refresh will be 1 year after the Model 3. Tells, is it better to buy used or new now with all the great incentives going on? I would say if you qualify for all the great incentives, then definitely new. If you don't qualify for the incentives, then potentially used. Model 3... Ube, Model 3 is going to need its own event. Yeah, I would say so too. Like, I mean, there's so much hype, so much volume with the Model 3. So I certainly feel like it could have its own event at the end of the day and be able to drive that much hype for it 100%. In this next topic, let's just quickly recap everything was talked about with the Model 3, with the Tesla earnings call for Q2 of 2023. So let's just get into this. Shout out to Tesla. They posted this to see some highlights of what actually went on. Q2, we produced a record number of vehicles thanks for ongoing ramps in new factories and strong performance in Shanghai and Fremont. Cybertruck equipment installation at Giga Texas is in progress, with delivery remaining on track to start later this year, hopefully September. Yield of our in-house 4680 cell production lines continue to increase. We're building capacity for cathodes in production and lithium refining in the US. Sexy market share is growing rapidly. Nice, I love it. Model Y was the best-selling vehicle of its kind in the first half of Europe, thanks to our European owners. And autonomy at scale is achieved by extremely large world data set, neural net training, vehicle hardware, vehicle software, all of which we develop in-house. So definitely comes cool stuff. I think the coolest part was these Cybertruck photos of it actually driving around. And really, that's potentially it. So let me know what your thoughts on the Tesla earnings call. There really wasn't much more from that, anything that we could potentially piece from it. And that's really just it. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Definitely hit that subscribe. Thanks for all the comments, the like buttons, and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.